Good afternoon, ma'am.
How did you
How
know?
did I know a woman entered? Ah, the gentle breeze as you opened the door brought with it the fragrance of rose. No, to be more precise, my pristine roses. It is an elegant rose. I remember the petals had the look of antique silk. What is the name of your perfume?
Soft shoulders. Why? Is it important?
Well, of course it's important. How am I to recognize you when you come back?
I'm impressed, but the woman entering may not be me.
Ah, every woman has a different fragrance, no matter what perfume she uses to lure.
Lure? Oh, never mind. I just moved into 2122 down the street. I was talking to my neighbor,
Jennifer Paulson. Ah, fruity tangerine with a peach, raspberry, and a little vanilla bean fragrance. A walking fruit smoothie. Ah, she is a beautiful woman. A sweetheart. I'm sorry I interrupted you. Forgive my ill manners. My name is Liam Tibbetts, and you are?
Marie-Claire O'Doul. I was told that you were
You were
blind.
told that I was blind, and you were also told that even though blind, I can fix your clock. Yes, I am blind. And yes, I can fix your clock. Now, what have you brought me today, Marie-Claire O'Doul?
Well, it's a very old
Wait,
clock.
let me tell you. This is... This is an early Hamilton. There is a small crack at the base in the case. There are a few scratches, and it could use a good cleaning. Now, what is the problem with your clock?
Well, I know it is quite old. I don't think it chimed at all last night. And when I woke at precisely 6 o'clock this morning, I didn't hear it chime. Or at 7 o'clock. I always leave the house at precisely 7 o'clock. I thought perhaps I had stayed up too late last night grading papers and my timing was off, but I checked the time and realized it had stopped at 6:48 when I wound it last night.
Exquisite. Do try not to wind it tightly.
Oh, yes. Mother gave explicit instructions. That was my task every evening. Great-grandfather gave that to great-grandmother on their first wedding anniversary. See, it's engraved here on the back. Sorry. Time will tell your fortune. My fortune is you. Love always, Albert.
Do you know the rest of the quote?
Is there more?
Yes.
Who did he quote?
Yes. Time will tell your fortune. Heal your wounds and divulge all things, good and evil. Anonymous.
Well, I hope you can fix it.
Oh, I'm sure I can. Perhaps just a good thorough cleaning. If you would be so kind, just your telephone number. I already know your address.
Sorry I'm late, Mr. Tibbetts. Oh, Miss O'Doul.
Billy, have you finished your assignment?
Yes, Miss O'Doul.
Can I expect it in the morning?
Yes, Miss O'Doul.
Is the computer room locked?
Yes, Miss O'Doul.
When should I come back for my clock, Mr. Tibbetts?
Come by Thursday afternoon, Marie-Claire. 'Tis a beautiful name, Miss O'Doul.
Thank you, Mr. Tibbetts. I'll be here. Have a good day.
Have a good day, Marie-Claire O'Doul, and thank you.
Billy, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
Yes, Miss O'Doul.
Your reason for being late, Billy?
Well, Miss O'Doul had me stay after school to do some extra research in the library.
And what sort of research would that be?
Well, I goofed up my contemporary lit paper.
How so?
Well, we were supposed to write on one of the important Southern writers. I decided to write on William Faulkner.
You chose the most difficult. William Faulkner's writing is very, very difficult to follow, let alone read. Stream of consciousness, you know. Mr. Faulkner he sought to portray his character's point of view by giving the written equivalent of the character's thought processes.
Yes. Whatever. She said I wasn't thorough. She gave me a D.
A D?
I guess I didn't try hard enough.
Huh! Even renowned university professors find Mr. Faulkner very difficult to understand. My son Zachary is one of them. Stream of consciousness writing is strongly associated with the modernist movement.
Your son's a teacher, too?
Yes. He's a professor of English at the University of Virginia. He's coming to town this weekend. He'll be here Thursday, staying for a couple of weeks before school starts.
Do you think he could...
I'm sure he will. Now, sweep up and put away my tools, and then you can read your paper to me.
Yes, sir. But, sir, a D?
Read it to me, and I will tell you where you are Deficient in your writing.
University of Virginia. He was writer in residence there.
No, he's just a professor of English.
No, William Faulkner. He was writer in residence at UVA before he died.
Yes, he was. Now, get busy. I want to go home.
Hannah still prepares a fine lunch.
Oh, yes, she does. But she's getting on in years. Can't keep up with the fast food joints coming into town.
With their mechanical wizardry, their steady tick-tock, and beautiful chimes, these seemingly timeless timepieces amazed and tempted me as a boy to follow in your footsteps. I don't have many on the shelf.
But instead of your work, you read Joyce, Hemingway, Shakespeare, Nietzsche, didn't you?
Yes, I'm afraid you didn't get much work out of me. How's the new boy working out? Billy, is it?
Oh, yes. When he works, he works.
What's that supposed to mean? When he works, he works?
Well, yesterday he was late, preoccupied, but rushed through his chores, didn't dust my workbench. Today, we'll see, I don't know. Huh. You're not going to be here very long, are you, Zachary?
No, at least 2 weeks. Just enough time for you to be relieved when I go.
Good enough. Just enough time to engage in a few of our poetry skirmishes.
I'm a willing warrior. And now about Billy.
Oh, Billy's fine. He's a teenager. What more can a person expect? He will be asking your advice on his paper about William Faulkner. It seems his teacher said he was not thorough enough. She gave him a D.
She? Someone I know?
No, you wouldn't know her. She's new.
Why would a high school student choose to write about an author so multifaceted, so difficult to understand? Commendable.
I decline to accept the end of man.
A man will not only endure,
But... forgot the last word.
prevail.
Yes, prevail. Yeah, he read his paper to me and she was right. He was not thorough.
I miss those times when... You don't have any clocks in for repair, Dad. Is business slow?
Yes, I'm being replaced. Besides, who can trust a blind man to fix a clock? These new electronic gadgets are replacing the outdated mechanical timepieces. Instead of fixing them, they just toss them and buy new. Now you can find the time on your cell phone, whatever. Time is easy now. It wasn't easy a few years ago. Then you had to work for time. Now it is just there, everywhere. For the blind person, it is still the tick, tick, tick of every second, and the chime on the quarter hour and the hour, or the touch of the Braille watch. It was, and is, beautiful craftsmanship.
I still remember the frantic spring forward and fall back change of daylight savings time. Now it's all done for me on my computer, my cell phone.